What's going on, y'all? You're here with another episode. It's just me and the homeboy today. We're going to talk about a little life update, see where we are in our lives, and talk about therapy and as well as some environment changes. So without further ado, we'll get into it. I'll let homie sail the boat. So I update what you've been up to since we talked to them last in February about ourselves.
Yeah, February would have been
Or January.
February. Episode 4.
No.
Episode 4, I
A little
believe.
later, but still.
Yeah,
It's been a while since we've
it was
anybody.
before we filmed with Ryan. So that was Ryan was the first episode here. Before that. But life's been great. Moved into a new apartment up in Herndon. Let's see.
One with Pat, or what's his name here? Ounce.
No, Ounce is at my place.
Yeah.
Moved into a new place. Anytime I move into a new environment, I like to set new goals for new habits. Try and shave off the old habits, the ones that aren't necessarily benefiting me. We'll jump into that too here in a sec. But besides that, started therapy about 2 weeks ago. I got another session on Monday or Tuesday, I believe. That's been real good. That's the first time for me trying to do that. Just trying to bounce ideas off of other people.
This is your first time for therapy?
Yeah, because I like to not put 100.
How long are your sessions? An hour?
They're like 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes they're about an hour, but it's usually just like it depends on how that conversation's going. If we both feel like, for me, it's more like when I tell her I understand what we're talking about and the solution for it.
You get a better perspective.
Yeah, 100%.
She sees that you're digesting, or is it a girl?
Yeah, it's a girl, Angelique Lawrence. Shout out her.
I've had two therapists in my life when I was in 4th grade, and then another one my senior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And they were both smooth. The one in high school was cool, for sure, because that's the reason I actually started working out.
Oh, that's
believe
dope.
it or not.
Was that one of the perspective changes?
She just said that working out would be a good tool for me to use to improve my mental health.
Yeah.
And she wasn't saying that because I was a fat fuck, but like just in general, she was saying that to like help me. But that's why I actually started working out, because she was saying that could make you feel better. Mm-hmm. Instead of turning to things like smoking or playing the game and stuff like that, I would turn to working out. And then I went on a run one day.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 0.7 miles, 0.8 miles, and I was like gassed after. But when I got back, I realized like after like 30 minutes to an hour of me, like after I showered and ate, I was like, damn, I feel good. Like, I feel like I'm happy today.
That natural
I
dopamine.
kept working out.
Yeah.
And I kept working out. And then after a little bit of me working out for like a month like that, I was like, damn, I just feel good. So now I might as well set goals. And that's when I started losing my weight.
Mm-hmm. Here we are, 4 years later.
Coming on 3 years in September. So
That's
next
what's up.
month, yeah.
That's
3
what's
years
up.
next month.
Bro, it's so underrated how you bounce your ideas off of someone, and you don't know what they're gonna say, and you take for what they say like to heart.
Talk there too.
Take what they say to heart, and it could just change your whole perspective on your current situation.
Well, that's what my dad taught me when I was a senior in high school. I remember, like right before COVID, like January, and he told me that like perspective is everything. Like you shouldn't just have one perspective. Perspective is everything, and no matter what, you'll grow if you hear other people's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, damn, and I still use that probably every single day, which is deep because I was just like, fuck out my face. I didn't want to listen to him, but now I use it every day. So it's important to look at life through someone else's eyes, in my opinion, because not always am I going to see something the way someone else sees it. And that's helped me grow a lot as well. Mm-hmm. But I mean, how was therapy? It
was good, bro. One of the things I really honed in on was my intrusive thoughts. So a little example would just be like, I'm thinking about doing something, and then immediately right after that, a negative thought or a negative reaction to that action comes into my head, and it leads me to inaction altogether. And so I just want to calm that down. She told me to focus on my intent with my action and not so much worry about how that other person will react. Just focus on how I can portray my situation.
Like worry about yourself and worry about your intentions more than others.
Yeah, if I'm fearful about
perspective, it's the same thing.
Yeah, if I'm fearful about a conversation I'm having with someone, before it would just be like, okay, how I don't want that person to react this way, instead of now it's more of how can I express how I feel in a way where
Exactly.
it doesn't go worst case scenario, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Because you're kind of, like, at the end of the day, you can't set someone else's intentions.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, they have free will. You can't dictate how someone thinks or reacts to something you say.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends how you deliver it and the way they take it.
Yeah.
And most people just say no offense and then say some shit. But like that, I'm going to take offense. But like, it's up to you to, you know, understand your intent and make sure it comes off correctly, so people don't come off, it doesn't come off wrong to others.
Because I'm getting anxious over what I think are 4 or 5 different scenarios that could happen, but at the end of the day, it could be a million.
Yeah, I try not even think about this situation. Like, I don't know.
It's a million different outcomes.
I think about my intent mostly. I didn't realize I did that until now, but like when I'm thinking about, like, if I'm anxious about someone's reaction to something, then like I know damn well I can't control what's gonna happen at the end of the day. I just gotta be prepared myself. And prepare my own intentions so I can be prepared for those outcomes, if you will, if they were to come up.
Facts. But yeah, bro, let's flip the script on you since February. What
Oh yeah, I forgot. Damn, bro, you've been talking for a minute. Nah, since February, beginning of this year, I did an internship. So now I'm done with that. I'm starting to train people. In the middle of April, I started training people. So I'm a personal trainer at a gym called XCal up in Loudoun County. I've been enjoying that every day because sometimes, you know, the first month was smooth, you're excited, and then it's just, you remember it's work, and it's just like, damn, I got to go to work today. Yeah. But once I get there, it's like, damn, it just changes my whole entire mood because, like, I get to talk to these people. I realize I'm helping them and, like, making them hit their goals, and it's something, like, I don't know, I can, like, live for. Like, I really enjoy working there. So training people has been good. It really gives me a self-fulfillment. Makes me really happy to help whoever and whenever. And I've just grown and learned a lot, bro. Like, I've met a lot of people. They've given me a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and then as well as just learning about how to deal with others and, like, the way I can just break things down now. It's just like it's just dealing. Before April, like, I always thought I was a good person with, like, I'm a good people person. Like, it's obvious I can talk to anyone. Yeah. But I used to have the issue where I didn't want to deal with people. Like, I could talk to anyone, but I didn't want to deal with people, and that was my mindset. But now it's like I have a way better perspective and a way better intent, I guess, if you will. Yeah. When I actually do have these conversations with people, you know, before. Back in April, I would be like, I can talk to anybody, but do I want to talk to you? Nah. And you say 7 words in like the first fucking words in your sentence, and I'll probably just mute my ears, and zone out. But now it's like I can actually pick and I can actually take something from every sentence and take something with every conversation I've had with people. So I've grown a lot. Started to train people, and then just the same old stuff. I started trading again. Been hooping out the wazoo.
Facts.
I've just been increasing and working on my relationship with just everyone around me and God. Just I've just been growing at his rate, what he wants me to grow at. Facts. About to go back to school as well. About to become a certified nutritionist, and then I also want to go back to school and do something else. The third certification, I don't know what I want to get yet because it keeps changing. Yeah. But it's either going to be like some form of like athletic training where I can train like athletes, mostly centered around younger kids because I want to impact younger people because it makes such a bigger footprint than, you know, impacting older people. Yeah. Or I want to do like some type of like mobility or like just learn like, I don't know.
Is mobility
on some Jason shit?
Is mobility a
shout
specific,
out? That's that dude's incognito, bro.
Yeah,
that's talking to be like, yo, why'd you say my name?
Now they're gonna be able to find me. No. Is mobility a specific type of certification?
I'm sure. I haven't looked into it, to be honest, outside of the nutritionist thing. I looked into the athletic training, but it hit me like this past week that I would want to learn some new style of training, whether that's like mobility training or learn like I don't know. I just want to learn something new.
Yeah, no, dude. Along just broaden your
human energy systems is something I want to learn. I don't know if you have to get certified for that.
That sounds cool.
Oh, it's so fucking cool, dude. Like, so cool. I'm still like learning, but it'd just be like your human energy systems. Like I was doing max heart rate training the other day for that AMRAP, which is like 15 rounds, 7-minute cap, 80-yard sprint, 5 hand release push-ups.
As many rounds as possible.
Yeah, as many rounds as possible. And I was doing that. And I was on round like 11, and I was like, bro, like, I'm a bitch. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I was dying. Like, I couldn't even finish round 11, so I did 10 rounds, and I was just really exhausted, but it just showed me, like, I have things that I can work on. So I wanted to just change my style of training. And then it also, if I learned, you know, people's the human energy systems, and it would also lead me into a deeper hole into, like, other things, because all those certain topics in the human energy system, when you learn about them, you would go into a fucking rabbit hole, I'm sure. After that, that's what Jason said. So I've been trying to just learn that slowly, and that's something I was thinking about learning. But yeah, I just want to go back to school, and then I'm just trying to keep the ball rolling, keep doing shit.
I mean, that's the cool thing about PT is that the more you learn and the more knowledgeable you become, you literally broaden, like, the ways that you can help people. So
much, dude. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I was just a fucking gym bro junkie at the beginning of this year, but now I've learned,
you got the science.
I've learned a lot, bro. Like, like, and a lot of movements I can teach people how to do stuff, and it's like, before I didn't realize, like, I knew what I was doing, but now it's like I really identify certain cues when I'm doing my movements, and I can teach others. So it's like an example is like teaching people how to actually properly do any back movement. Most people just you know, row a movement and pull towards their body, and when you do that, you're using a lot of like, a lot of the grip strength is going to be in your forearms. You're going to pull a lot with your forearms and your biceps. Whereas if you just move just your elbows, it's like little cues like that. Like, you'll just use your back, or like teaching people an RDL or teaching stuff like that. There's just certain cues I've learned that, you know, it just comes naturally now. But I still have a lot more to learn, but it excites me. So that's what I've been up to. I'm sure I'll find myself into other things now, but just Christ and working, bro.
Hey, that's a fact, bro. Between AWP, AWS, and hoops
with Jesus.
Yeah, facts and God.
That's what he's been
that's
up
really
to.
it.
I've actually turned into Zamarant this summer, bro.
Yeah, for real. If anybody thinks I can hoop,
nah,
we'll test you.
I had 6 blocks in that game we played yesterday.
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
But yeah, back on topic. I mean, so therapy.
I forgot about the little extra. I forgot I was up back at school too. My data center stuff.
Yeah, talk about that. What are you doing for the data center electrician?
So for anybody that doesn't know, as of right now, I work for Amazon Web Services. I work in data centers that are in Loudoun County, and my job specifically is just to destroy hard drives and solid state drives of, I guess I'll just keep it in simple terms, drives of computers that are no longer being used by the client that AWS contracts out to. That's pretty cool. But there's so much more to do within the data center, and obviously higher pay. So right now I'm working on a certification to do the electrical side, which is more of the building and the maintenance of it. And I would just wanted to do that because it broadens my my skill set, because the job that I do now, not all tech companies have a position for that because it's so specific. And AWS is like $1 trillion company, so they have every task like delegated.
That'd be the work. You'd work from home with that data center electrician, or no?
No, I'm in site.
Same site?
Not the same site, but I would just be like in a
same
site.
Concept.
Yeah, same concept. It's just now, like, instead of working on one piece of equipment within like one rack, I'm working on like the actual electrical of the entire building and making sure everything is like upkeep.
Yeah, one of my clients actually does that.
Oh,
She's
really?
pretty fucking cool, bro. She brought me some papusas one day.
Ooh, bro.
Bruh.
I know. Papusas are gas. There's a place in Manassas, $2.50 papusas.
Nah, son. She gave me the free papusas, bro. She brought me like a pizza of papusas, bro.
Oh, the big
one? It had like sauce on the side and like some like coleslaw shit. I don't know.
Oh,
bro.
Dude, the coleslaw. Yeah.
There's like banana peppers and shit.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yep.
Me and Lou were like drooling, bro. Lou was like, "Man, you got to put a ring on it. You got to get it right." No, she's cool.
That's funny.
She's super cool, but she does the same stuff you do as well. And I don't know specifically what she does, but she does like all the labor stuff inside of the data centers. Yeah. And she's been well off and enjoying that as well. She's been doing that for like 3 years. So she's like 2 or 3 years older than us. Yeah. So she's well off right now. She's enjoying what she's been doing, and that definitely, I know, is exciting, trying to start a new path. So
yeah, just I want to obviously I do that so I can make more, so I can fund this more, so we could do this more, because at the end of the day,
But other things too as well. Just the freedom that comes with growth,
yeah,
if you will.
yeah, and you got to walk in some direction. So it's like, if I'm gonna be there, I don't want to just sit at my one position the entire time. I'm gonna get sick of it eventually, so I might as well do something to try and change it sooner rather than later.
You brought up starting therapy though. What inclined you to take that action in starting therapy, like just taking initiative to actually realize that you wanted to do that?
Well, let me clarify. It was it's BetterHelp, so yeah, it is therapy. But shout out BetterHelp.
What's BetterHelp?
It's a therapy app. It's like probably.
So you do it online or some shit?
Yeah. I went on the app.
Is it like face cams?
Yeah, I went on the app. I filled out a questionnaire. It asked me like, what kind of person do you want? What kind of things?
Is it cost per?
Yeah, so it's per 4 sessions. So yeah, you get 4 sessions. You pay at a flat rate. I think mine was like $288 for 4 sessions. But the cool thing is with AWS is that within your HR benefits, therapy is actually included. So I get some of those sessions for free. I don't know how many though. But back to your question though, I really it's funny, like the things I'm talking to her about are the things that led me to not doing it in the first place, because I'm thinking about like the reaction I get from my peers, my family, or from even just the therapist alone, as of like, is what I'm thinking about a big deal, or am I just overreacting? And eventually I just put that shit to the side and was like, you know what, I'm just going to confront whatever it is, and then I'm going to let that person I'm going to let that person tell me, if I'm making a big deal out of it, or if it's something I need to work on.
And it also gives you, like we talked about earlier, it gives you that perspective to grow.
Hell yeah.
And you might see something from a different lens, just like conversations we've had as well. You just always come out the other side with some type of growth in your mind.
Yeah.
And it probably benefits you. And as well, you get stuff off your chest. Like when you hold things in, it allows like these demons to eat at you and grow, if you will, is the best way I can put it. And it feels like you put those things to rest when you actually identify them and then attack them, and then you move on from that. And it helps a lot to just lay ground and try to grow and get those things off.
It makes like the unconscious things conscious. So like if I'm like, God, why do I keep doing this, but I can't put a finger on it in my head, or I can't like find a like actual solution to fix that problem, I bring it to this person, shout out Angelique, and she just she really just asked me questions. Why do you feel this way? And it's like now I'm like working through this unconscious thing.
If you just work with them a couple of times, all they're doing is just picking your fucking brain, bro. They're just taking stuff out your subconscious for you to think about it. And it's hard to practice that on your own without a bunch of time, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
But all they're doing is just interviewing you, bro. Just as if we're doing now. Like this is same concept. It's like, why do you think that way? Makes you think about subconscious things, like you said, and it makes you bring things to light. Yeah. So it is super cool, but they obviously know ways to do that specifically, which helps a lot.
Because it started out like service level shit. What's your name? How you feeling? Like all this level stuff.
And then after like session 3 or 4, you're in that jump, bro.
Yeah, it's like she knows me now. She knows like the thing, and it's cool too because now I get homework. So like it's not like obviously
like what? What's your homework?
Well, my homework for the last session was to use my action and my word with more intent, kind of like what we talked about earlier. So that was my homework, and bro, I saw a change like pretty much the next day, just because, like I said, I brought that unconscious thing to my conscious, realm, and it really helped a lot.
I was talking about that with another trainer at XCal, John Doe. I don't want to bring his name again. Like, nah. But no, we were talking about that the other day. It's just like when you allow something to control you, it's not going to go well. Yeah. You have to control it. And then you'll also learn from that you'll start to like master emotions and learn things.
I was just going to say, but even with your own mind, like you have to like learn to that nigga's actually my Jiraiya,
bro. Like that dude's tough. He learned yesterday because now I was sitting in the sauna Thursday and I did my chest and bicep workout, and then I did the AMRAP. And my heart rate is at like the max output it could be at. So it's like I'm not used to this max heart rate training. And then I got in the sauna after, bro. And he always like, it's a thing at XCal where he will literally like call people bitches
Mm-hmm.
and like kind of school them on knowledge because
Mm-hmm.
like, so let's say someone does the sauna for 10 minutes, right? And he's sitting in there. He'd be like, what are you doing, bro? You only get benefits after 20. And then he'll start naming the benefits. And it makes sense because like you're in there, you're trying to get hot. You're not
exactly.
your body's not gonna heat up in 2 minutes just because you're sweating. Doesn't mean you're hot yet, right? You still gotta boil, if you will.
Yeah.
So after 20 minutes, you still get the real benefits. So like, I did 25 minutes yesterday or Thursday, and that's only because I was sitting in there, and I haven't really practiced as much spiritual things in the last couple months. I mean, since this year, since I started the internship, I haven't really practiced as much as I've wanted to. And it really hit me yesterday. He was like, you got to do something you fear every day. And I sat there and I was like, damn, like, I fear this right now. And I was like, he was like, you're being a bitch. And I was like, damn, I am being a bitch, bro.
Yeah.
Because, like, I fear this. Like, I fear being in the sauna right now after my heart rate's been up high as fuck. Like, I'm fighting the sauna. It's 190 degrees in there. Like, that's not normal heat either. So I was, like, sitting there at, like, minute 13. I'm like, I got to get out. And he's like, stop being a bitch, bro. Stop fighting it. Just meditate. Let your body just relax. And then he kept saying, like, do something you fear every day. And it's just, I've been doing it the last 3 days, and just the amount of growth that I've had is pretty fire.
You got to put strain on your well-being or your being.
I mean, same as I was reading like a verse earlier, bro. If you ask for something, just prepare for the like what comes with it, right? If I ask for money, if I ask for to be the strongest motherfucker in the world or whatever it is, you got to pay a toll. Yeah. And that's what I've learned. Like, I can't have these things and not pay a toll. So I got to face what I fear and grow from it.
Facts. I forget what I saw. It was a clip or something. It said, I asked God for strength and he gave me challenges.
I literally saw it this morning, bro. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, probably the same thing.
Literally same stuff.
Yeah.
And it makes sense too. It's because it's like, I'm not going to just give something in my lap. That's never really happened in anyone's life. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lottery winner, someone won $1 million at a ticket in Ashburn the other day. But like, I'm sure that $1 million winner,
she probably
went through trial. He or she went through trials, like, or whoever.
Probably put
NFL players, they put through a trial. Like, I mean, or I'm sure that person, even if they bought a $20 scratch off, like, they probably gone through hell in their life and they deserved it. Yeah. So it's like you have to pay a toll to really gain something.
That's one thing, bro. God is just. God has been just from the beginning. He understands. He can understand honest work, and he sees it in people, and he, rewards them accordingly. But he's not going to give it to you for free.
So you brought up, oh, my bad.
No, you're good. God is just. That's what I was at.
Yeah, basically. So you brought up earlier how changing an environment is good for you. Do you want to speak on that a little more?
Yeah. When wherever anybody is right now, whether you've been there for years, maybe it's the house that you grew up in, or maybe you're moving to a new environment. I know a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends that are graduating college right now, and they're going on to do different things and live in different places. Just make it intentful. Like, just make it intentful with trying to find new things that you want to do that'll help you grow. Because there's no better time to start than in a fresh environment where everything is new to you and you really get to cultivate your habits over again. One thing for me now, it's, I got the Bible on the coffee table. So as soon as I walk out of my room, I see it, boom, it's like a trigger. It's like that habit wasn't there before because even though I had the Bible and I had a table, I wasn't putting the intent behind making it a part of my day-to-day. So it's really easy. I guess that's the biggest point of it. It's really easy to curate and build on new habits and shed off bad ones when you're in a new environment, because you get to start from zero, essentially. You get to hit a massive reset button. So yeah, that's really just that's my advice to anyone. If you're going to a new place, or even right now, cleaning your room from start to finish, it could really help you like reevaluate the order in which you want to do things in your day and the things you want to bring in.
And it's also going to make your mind feel a little more clear as well, because it's like your environment isn't clear. So it's like my room's cluttered, I feel cluttered, this type of thing.
Exactly.
And it's as well goes to like the same saying, like people say, like your 5 closest friends or your 5 friends is like who you are. It's the same thing. Like if your environment is people that are, going out every weekend and drinking, you're going to be that person. Or ditto, if everyone's a sports bettor, gambling degenerate, you're gonna be that degenerate.
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna be that fifth member. You're gonna be that whoever member of that people you hang around. So it's very important to just be mindful of your surroundings and just be aware of everything that's going on around you.
Mindful is the big word there. You're right, because it could be unconscious real quick, like you said. You don't see the room as messy, but you're walking in and out of it every day and you can't even walk through it. Yeah, it's like, if you don't take the time to just sit back or like, okay, you need a reset.
Just being mindful of everything. Just trying to practice being like conscious of everything you do. Because then those behaviors will become subconscious, I guess.
But yeah, I'd say for everybody, just whether you want to clean your room now or you want to move into a new environment, trying to write down new habits and maybe even analyze the ones that you're doing now that you don't necessarily like, and just work from there to shed off that. We got some reels though for y'all that we're gonna throw up on the screen. We're about to react to.
Yeah, we can throw this one up on the screen. We don't have to, because it would have been hard to play the audio with like a 60-second.
I was gonna play like the actual clip and maybe mute our mics, or we could just. Which one are you talking about? Because
this is a saying. So there's a saying that I was coming across this morning. We could just talk about real quick.
I got you.
And then of course we could take that reels and just do it with any guest who comes on. But this one that stuck out to me, and let me know what it just reflect. Like, let me know how this comes off to you and your perspective, and then I can give you mine. But the saying is, you can never cross the ocean if you do not possess the courage to lose sight of the shore. So I'll say it again. You can never cross the ocean if you do not possess the courage to lose sight of the shore. I can go first if you want.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, it is a good one. So it's like, I was talking about this with my girlfriend last night, like having faith and like what it means to her, and people don't understand like the difference between not doing anything and having faith.
Yep.
That was also one that kind of relates to that. But is there anything that you got from that courage statement, or?
Yeah, faith was a good one. Was a big one right there. That was the first couple words that popped in my head. Another one was courage. But the big thing about I guess religion, doesn't really matter what religion it is that you put your trust in something that is based on soul thought alone. So you can't tie it down to something that to say whether or not it will or won't work. Like, you could put trust in a boat, but the boat could fail. You can put trust in God, and you
can still be failed by God, though.
Yeah,
but it's just a lesson.
But you won't know. Exactly.
Yeah.
You won't know. So, but the point is, like, you have a better, if you have to cross this ocean, and everybody has an ocean that they have to cross, and the point of no return you have to not look back on. You have to know that you're doing it for a good reason, and with that, you have the intent, and then you have the anchor that it'll be okay regardless. Then really, I mean, nothing can stop you, and there's nothing to be fearful of at that point. If you truly just believe that no matter what I do, if I do it with my entire heart and my full intent, then it'll all work out in the end.
It's also if you do not possess the courage. It says if you do not possess the courage to lose sight of the shore. So it's also like a lot of people have a problem with being comfortable, and they fear what is on the other side of that comfortability because they're okay with where they are now. And it's, of course, they want more. Everyone wants more in life. We're human beings. It's natural for us to be in that order. But most people are so comfortable with their day-to-day life that they don't really. They fear what's on that other side.
They fear,
so they don't take that next step in life. That's also what that saying can also, jump out at people and teach people as well.
They're afraid of leaving those old habits behind, essentially. Whether it's the people, whether it's the activity, you're right. It's comfortability that breeds stagnation, and so, don't be afraid to break away from bad things, especially if you know it's bad. Take that time to, like we just talked about, walk through it in your head, say to yourself, okay, let me not do this time around and see what happens. Maybe it's better for me. Maybe it's worse.
It's bad, bro. Like, I mean, probably like majority of the people I know, bro, are just so scared of the future and what it holds. So they want to like stay with what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Like an example is like a friend group or like school or whatever it is, like people are so caught up on.
They're scared to take a chance.
Yeah, they're scared to take a leap of faith, and that's why you don't see a lot of people doing what they want to do nowadays. Is because they're so fearful of outside external judgment that they can't really come to terms with their internal wants and needs. So people start to lose themselves, bro. And it's sad because you see that in day-to-day lives, like even with I don't want to poke the bear and get the claws too hard, as Min says, but like people, like for an example is like the evil things that happen in this world or just stuff like that. People don't want to believe these things because it conflicts with what they've known their whole life, is that they fear it. So people don't like to question things. So stuff like that. So at the end of the day, people need to break out the habit of fear, because you're allowing the devil to gain power. And you're allowing some negative entity to gain power over you when you live in fear. So, I mean, I hope anyone can take away from that. I lived in fear for 18 years of my life, or, well, conscious me, and then let's say like fucking 14 years, I don't know, 13 years. I've lived in fear all that time, and all I did was just gain power to my enemy. No matter who it was, I was just weak. So once I just started living in no fear whatsoever, and I just have faith, and I just put my work in, and I know someone's gonna guide me and push me with a hand in life. Life's been good. Life has been amazing. Like, and I'm grateful for every second.
The people who don't have faith, that's the thing that really gets them hung up, is that they don't have this feeling that it'll all be okay. But it's such a freeing feeling that you get. And honestly, I didn't get that feeling till not even about 8 months ago, truly, when I really started focusing on the word
last summer.
And really started, honing in on my faith. And it's just so freeing when you know that, one, this place is the worst it's going to get. It's going to get better in the end. But also that,
before it gets better, it's got to get worse. Necessarily.
Facts. Well, that's what I meant. But bro, faith, it'll all be good. It'll all be good. It'll all work out. Just be genuine, be truthful, be forthright in what you want to do. And, don't let anything get in your head. Trust me. Do it with intent. Don't let the inner voice.
I mean, one thing before we wrap up this episode, I guess one thing that's overhauled this whole entire podcast is just set intention in life.
Facts.
And, don't fear your own intention. I guess, if you will. That's like basically what we've talked about. Subconsciously, this whole entire episode is that, you just really need to trust your gut. Emotions aren't going to lead you anywhere besides most of the time the wrong. I was also listening this morning. It was like, if you just listen to your heart all the time, not necessarily is it right. But if you trust your gut, it sometimes leads you into a better path. So just set intent and don't be fearful of your outcome. Don't
second guess, y'all. The less you second guess, the more authentic you'll feel. You won't have to worry about what other people think, what other people feel, how other people see you.
And act on your own free will, bro. That's one thing I can say. God gave you free will. Don't allow some emotions to overtake that. So at the end of the day, you felt that way for a reason. But now something's trying to stop you from thinking like that.
It's a gift that we have free will. So don't let something as little as, a worldly thing take that away from you. You always want to make sure that you're in control.
Or some guy with a Tito's bottle at a fucking party take that away from you. You're right. Cool, but I appreciate everybody listening in. Definitely drop some more little updates. Easily just 35 minutes easily. A couple times a week or a couple times a month. But hope everyone learns and grows from this. Hope everyone has better intentions as they go on in life today. And I just know that everybody will be okay. So without further ado, I wish everyone a great rest of their day and the rest of their week going forward. But without further ado, Zay Fit. Stay fit with Zay Fit. It's out, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we are close to 100 subs, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 82.
Hit that subscribe button as
well. We are so close to 100.
I appreciate all the little people listening.
Facts. Trying to get the ball rolling. Bigger and better things to come.
That's appreciate also it. Like with this podcast, if anyone's even made it this far. Like, we don't give a fuck, bro, what people think about us, and we just post it. And that's what you said yesterday when you sent me that video. Like, a lot of people just care about what others think. It's like, bro, I'm putting this out here just to impact one person.
Facts.
So it's like,
If I get one person to swipe up and give me a crying laughing face, I know I did something right.
I don't even care what it is, bro. You can swipe up and fucking hate me as long as I gave somebody a reaction. I'm cool. I'm chill.
Because we just my intent.
Because like my words impacted you some way or another. So if my words are impacting you, just know you got something to work on.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Good or bad. We're here for it, man. We're here always here for it.
Without further ado, everybody have a good week.
Peace
I got
out,
a baby shower to go to. Have
Peace
a good
out.
one, y'all.